Hello ladies and gents, and they have just released F1 22, the Miami International Autodrome, and it's got some great stuff in here. So you got obviously some gameplay, which is fantastic. You got some great liveries in the cars, you know, some great animations as well. I have to admit, this game looks amazing, and it's only Miami. Now this looks like actual gameplay footage, and it looks crazy good, crazy good. You got Lewis Hamilton there, you got the different kinds of wheel spokes as well. It's awesome, and I believe in a second we're going to see a glimpse at the Miami livery that will be part of the pre-order purchase. Here it is, this is Miami livery. I'm assuming that will be part of the pre-order purchase, so we'll quickly have a look at that in a minute. Oh, but the game just looks good, the game looks so good. Oh my god, yep. So all of this is going to be in F1 22, and I cannot wait to be able to play this on July 1st, 2022. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is actually the steering wheel here. Now, I don't know if you have noticed already, I definitely took me a while to realise, but yeah, look at the ERS in the video. So the percentage is going up, and he's now throttling, so he's using his ERS. Now in the 2021 game, when you use the throttle, you would use your ERS, you wouldn't have nothing back, if that makes sense. So if you have a throttle, you're going to lose ERS. The only difference is when you're braking, you gain that ERS back. But here he's full throttle and he is still gaining ERS. He's not losing any. So I'm debating whether or not, I'm not 100% sure, if there's a way to turn off the ERS mode, so you can have it like in the 2020 game where you can have it on low, none, or so on and so forth. Because I feel like that will definitely play a part in the ERS game, because I know that can be quite annoying on some tracks where you only get a certain percentage per lap, and it's not great. It's not great, but we'll see. But as I'm looking at this right now, that seems like a fairly certain possibility that there will be a bit more ERS management, which would be great to see. And here we are, another thing that I've noticed as well, just briefly, very briefly, the mirror in the left-hand side. That is clean. That is very clean. I am a console player, unfortunately. I know I'm a peasant. I have a PC, but it's not strong enough to play F1, unfortunately. But I'm a console player, and on console, that mirror is not that crisp. That is not that clear. And on PC as well, in the 2019, I want to say, it was the same situation. It wasn't clear, it wasn't crisp. But this, I think, is taking advantage of the fact we have the Series XS and obviously the PS5 Pro now. And I think that that's going to be adding in a bit more to it. And ray tracing is confirmed for the Series X, which is going to be amazing for them. But yeah, I think that mirror looks very, very crisp, and I'm very excited to see that. And here we have a pit stop. Now I know what you guys are saying, oh, it's just a pit stop, nothing crazy. In the original games, well, I say the original games, in some of the older games, I think it was 2010 or 2012, you had to do a manual pit stop. In other words, you had to press different buttons during the pit stop phase. And I would play it now, but as you can hear, the pit stop sounds out of sync. You can hear one tyre go on, then another tyre, then another tyre. So there's a delay. So it makes me think maybe someone's having to press buttons, I should put it on, and having to think which button to press. Because if it wasn't, they all go on at exactly the same time. But when you watch the video, I can't play with audio, I'm afraid, because I would get copyright, and I don't want that. But in the video, which I'll leave in the link in the description, you can hear there is a delay between each tyre going on, and it's very, very interesting to watch. So I thought I'd throw that in as well for a freebie. And finally, the bit that most of you are waiting for is the livery for the Miami Grand Prix, or Grand Prix, whatever you want to call it. And the livery looks amazing. It's got a bit of purpley vibe, a bit of pink, fluorescent colours. It looks very Miami, and I'm very, very impressed with the way it looks. You only get this one if you pre-order the game before 16th of May. So if you do want to get the game, you need to get it before 16th of May if you want this particular livery. I believe it is a time-sensitive DLC that can come with the Champions Edition for both PC and the Series XS, which is fantastic. But just look at this livery. Look at it. It's just pink, blue, purple, and a bit of yellow in there with the eyes. It just looks amazing. I really like it. It's got the city sky rises there, the skyscrapers. Looks absolutely amazing. I've already pre-ordered the game, and I know I'm going to use this. I'm definitely going to use this. Yeah, I'm very keen. I cannot wait to actually play this. This is so cool, so cool. Yeah, Got abstract written on the side of it as well. Abstract art. Abstract. I don't know. That could be a. Ooh, that's a custom livery as well. We actually have custom. What is it? Custom sponsors there as well. No wonder. Now some of these seem to be in different locations in the 2021 game. You've got one near the side pod, one on the top by the fuel. Got one on the back rear. Small little one on the back of the rear as well. Very tiny one at the back and the rear. I think that will be a custom. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a bit customy. But I don't know if that's actually in the game or not. But it would be great to see some customization for liveries themselves. And I'm glad they actually have some decent looking liveries there. They've even got 004 instead of 007, which is quite cool. But yeah, that's a great one. Good look at all the liveries and the sponsors there as well. Okay, and the final thing I just wanted to talk about was right at the end, just before of the release date, is Charles Leclerc, I believe it is. Was it? I think it's Charles Leclerc. I'm not too sure. It's either Charles Leclerc or Science, and I'm pretty sure it's Leclerc. He's crossing the line, and on the radio you can hear him saying, and that's P1, or that's pole, or something along those lines. Now, hear me out. What if the AI, when you're playing in story mode, for example, when they finish and they cross the line, they actually have a audio on the radio, like the player does, and when they win a race, they get that player radio, which is quite cool. What if they actually got the real drivers actually do the radio as well, radio victory calls, or whatever you want to call it, and that would be really, really cool to see. I cannot wait to see that as well. That's just a little small thing, but it's made me wonder, what if? And obviously I can't play it because it is, it gets copyright again. But one can dream. The link will be in the description below. Okay, and finally, right at the end of the trailer, if you stick with it, you can see what looks like a GT car kind of thing. That's either a Ferrari or a McLaren. It looks very McLaren-esque because it's orange, I'd assume. But we're looking at a very fast car going around the track, which looks like Miami as well. And maybe this is a glimpse of what F1 life is going to be, where you can actually drive like cars or different cars around different tracks. Maybe you can have there's a GT series. Maybe, who knows? It might just be more than F1. You can do the F1. Maybe there's rallying as well, because a lot of F1 drivers are ralliers. That might be pushing it a little bit. But I think having more cars that you could maybe buy if you have a contract or something, you get money out of it for and you can buy a car and you can use it on any track. That would be awesome. That'd be really, really cool. Obviously this is just speculation because the F1 life hasn't been revealed as such, so it's very, very, very difficult to comment on anything to do with it. But I do feel like that they are going to have some contract system for when you are driving, and obviously F1 drivers are in hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Most of them are in millions in their contracts, and obviously that's not including sponsorship deals either. So maybe this could be a purchasable car, and then you can use it on any track, a bit like in time trial mode maybe. But again, we'll have to see.